What's up guys, this is Eddie, welcome to a new video, Rage DPS, let's go. Alright, first up we're gonna look at the Rage melee DPS because it's one of the best in the game and Rage is famous for the melee. So we're gonna look at the stats. It's a might based loadout, so we're gonna look at the might. This is 155,225. And looking at the gear mods, we're gonna be using Blast Adapter 5, Supercharged Berserk 3, Escalating Might 5 for neck, Berserker for back. Don't confuse it with the head socket mod because this is different. It will basically increase your damage output by 10% when your health drops below 35%. For chest, we're gonna use Penetrating Strikes, for legs Restorative Lacerate, maximum damage for hands, and for feet you can use Tumbling Master, Deadly Block, Explosive Block, it's up to you, so depending on your movement mode basically. As far as the augments are concerned, we are using might augments, head augments and original augments, so make sure you have the might ones. And for the artifacts, we are gonna use Transformation Card, Strategist Card, and Quizlet. So Transformation Card, it will basically give you 20% critical chance and 30% critical magnitude on your attacks, and it will also give you 3% might. So make sure it is at 200 rank. It's one of the best artifact in the game, and when you pair it with Strategist Card, it's just awesome. So Strategist Card is gonna give you 4% might, and whenever you use an ability, mostly it's basically a damage over time power, so whenever you use that, it's gonna apply a damage over time, which you can see in white numbers, for 8 seconds. Also, if you have it at the rank 200, it will increase the potency of tactical advantage by 30%, double the proc chance of tactical advantage at I think 160 rank. So make sure you have this at 200 as well as the Transformation Card. So pair them together, amazing damage guaranteed. Number 3 is Quizlet. Quizlet is your pet, and it will give you 3% might, and it will basically fight beside you while in your combat. So whenever you use a superpower from your power bar, Quizlet will cast a powerful attack that hits up to 8 targets, and it has a 5-second cooldown. So basically after every 5 seconds you're using your you are continuously doing your loadout, you're using your powers, so after every 5 seconds it will hit up to 8 targets, do a powerful attack which is called Mega Blast. And also Refractal Beam, so whenever you use a supercharge, Quizlet will also release another powerful attack, which is basically depending on the cost of the supercharge. So most of the supercharges are 5,000 cost, so whenever you use a 5,000 cost supercharge, it will deal a medium damage towards 7 targets. If you're using a 10,000 cost supercharge, it will do a high damage towards the targets. So the Refractal Beam for 10,000 cost supercharge, it's for single target mostly, but the 5,000 one is for 7 additional target. So there's that. And then if you level it up to 200, it will give you, and whenever you get Mega Blast, it will give you 1% supercharge back, so it helps a lot. Every 5 seconds you're getting additional 1% supercharge, and once you have it up to 200 rank, it will also give you additional 1% might, so total 4% might. Now looking at the allies I am using for AoE, it's gonna be Zoom or Cyborg or whatever you want. Zoom works well for me, so you can use that. Batman Who Laughs is 100% compulsory, so we are gonna be using this Luck of the Draw. So while in combat, receive a random beneficial card from the Batman Who Laughs deck, and it will basically increase your stats. It will give you increase your critical attack chance. It can give you additional health, additional power, so it depends on the card which it draws, so it's random. And then we have Batman, and you can get that one as well. So upon entering a combat, it gives you a percentage increase of might and precision. So right now it's at rank 8, I think at 10 rank it gives you like 10% might and precision, so for first 6 hits only though. So whenever you're hitting a target, you can see a counter going on this side of the screen, and whenever you hit a 100 counter, this refreshes. That means it's gonna give you 10% or 6% might or precision again. So really helpful. You can also use Cyborg over here, you can also use Aquaman over here, it's up to you. But this Batman Who Laughs is 100% compulsory. Now let's go and look at the skill points allocation. For weapon, I'm using rifle. You can use anything you want. It's gonna be melee, so it's just to get another extra precision tick out of the damage. But I like to use rifle because it's weapon tap range attack. It's a grenade and it hits AoE. So, but yeah, you can use whatever you want. Under super speed, flight, or whatever, just get this and go all the way down here to unlock some extra, 10% case and root resistance, 10% impulse resistance, get some extra power. But it only if you have extra skill points. If you don't have extra skill points, only get this one. Then under iconic powers, we are only gonna get robot sidekick. And under stat points, we're gonna go for super powered, then get everything in critical attack chance, everything in critical attack damage, and get everything in might and power. Now, I like to put everything in precision. If you have extra skill points, you can put it in precision. But since we're gonna do melee, it's better to go with health. But if you just want to increase your damage and you have a good healer with you, which most of the time we do, so go for precision. So now let's go look at the loadout. So here we are. This is the loadout. The first one is violence. It has 12-second cooldown and it inflicts plasma burn. So you have to apply the power interaction to get most out of your loadout. So it's gonna inflict plasma burn and you're gonna hit enemies closer to you. So you're gonna be obviously meleeing. So you'll be right on top of the enemies, so they will get some additional damage. Number 2 is lacerate. It basically creates a construct blade and swing it around to slice nearby enemies. You will see yourself swinging like this. So use that, and when the enemies are plasma burned, you are gonna hit additional damage. So enemies are gonna get plasma burn from this power, and when they already have plasma burn, you're gonna get additional damage. Number 3 is outrage. Outrage is also another melee power. But this is a combo power. When you press outrage, if you tap melee, it's gonna perform outrage a second time, and then if you press hold melee, it's gonna do extra measure. You can skip this part as well, but it's better to use them. It's up to you. So basically, you just tap, it does it again, right? And if I do hold, it goes into extra measure. If I do tap and then hold, there we go. We have 3. So that's that. And then we have revenge. Revenge is also like melee power basically, and when you do revenge, it's also combo power and hold melee to revenge spin. So if I do power, it's just this, right? But if I do this and then hold melee, it goes into a combo. So hold melee, there we go. So most of the times, all the power in basically DCUO has, whenever you have a whole melee thing or whole range thing, you can clip it. And clipping means cancelling out that animation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop violence, we're gonna do lacerate and let it tick for like 3 seconds, and then go with outrage, do the combo. And when we do the hold melee, we clip it with revenge. And then when we do hold melee for revenge spin, we clip that with violence. So it's basically it's gonna be looking like it's gonna look like this. Clip it, and then so you're trying to clip the powers and get the damage done more faster way. So there we have it. And then we have robot sidekick. It's just a pet. It will do additional damage by your side. Number 6 is berserk. Now berserk is a great supercharge. Only 12-second cooldown. You have 5,000 supercharge cost. So if you're running with a healer who is spamming EOG, I have Gemini giving you greens, and you're getting your supercharge charged really fast, you can spam it every 12 seconds. So what it basically do is whenever you are using the loadout, it will do some of the damage again for a short time. But one thing you have to keep in mind that berserk is a mid-range power. You have to be super close range or super mid-range to use it. You can't use it in when you are full range. When you are at full range, you can't use it. It will not do any damage. So make sure you are at full close range and mid range. Now let's go to the sparring targets and look at the numbers. Alright, there you have it. We started with 277,935 damage in 10 seconds. It's unbuffed. We are not buffed at all. We did not use any supercharge, any trinket, anything at all. It's a great damage. Then we have 173, 191, 175, and then massive 222. So 2.2 million damage under 10 seconds, like unbuffed. It's a great melee power. Can keep up with, you know, Earth as well with this loadout. And if you pop, you know, Berserk, it's gonna almost double. So use this and enjoy. Now we're gonna go and look at the range loadout. Alright, so for range loadout, everything is same. Might is still the same, our gear mods are same, our artifacts are same, augments are same, allies are same, and even the skill point allocation is the same. But so let's just go and look at the loadout. So the loadout is gonna be this. Now the problem with rage is we don't have much options. This is literally the only thing we have to do a range AoE loadout. And so let's just get into it. So the first one is gonna be Plasma Wretch. It's a damage over time power. Its cooldown is only 6 seconds. So when you pop it, it will inflict Plasma Burn, which is the power interaction as we talked before in melee. So Plasma Wretch, it will inflict damage over time and inflict Plasma Burn. Number 2 is Gelling Eruption. It's also damage over time. It also inflicts power burn, but it's basically a pool. So whoever is standing inside the pool will get damage. Whoever is standing outside the pool will not get damage. So make sure you are mid-range for this loadout. This one can be done from, you know, long range, but still stay on mid-range. This one is only 6-second cooldown. This one has 12-second cooldown, so it's up to you how you manage it, but I'll show you the rotation, my rotation in a second. Number 3 is Dreadful Blast. Dreadful Blast will do additional damage if the enemies are Plasma Burn, which are from Plasma Wretch and Gelling Eruption. So, but it's also combo power, so you have to do whole range, and you can do it twice for double triple combo basically. So it's gonna, if you do it just like this, it's only one burst damage power. But if I do this, there's one more, and if I do it twice, one more, and there's the third one. So we have 3 burst damages from one power. And then we have Frenetic Bombardment, which is also AoE. This one has tap range into 4 combos. So it's basically, if I do this, it's just one power which will not do anything, just simple burst. But if I keep doing this 4 times, that's about it. So 4 times. So the rotation is gonna be Plasma Wretch, Gelling Eruption, Dreadful Blast, do the combos, Frenetic Bombardment, just call it FB, so FB, and do the tap range combos. Then go back to Dreadful Blast, go back to Frenetic Bombardment, then go back to Dreadful Blast, and then go to 1, 2 again. So just repeat the rotation basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. That's about it. So number 5 is Robot Sidekick. As always, it's just gonna do some additional damage by your side. Number 6 is Berserk. Now this is what I was talking about. This is a range AoE loadout. You have to be mid-range for this loadout to work because of Gelling Eruption as well, and Berserk. So you have to be close range or mid-range when you use Berserk. Now if you want, you can replace it with Neo Venom Boost, which is under, you know, iconic powers. So it will increase your damage for a short period of time, but this is 30-second cooldown. So Berserk is only 12-second cooldown. So just position yourself right, enjoy the Berserker, and it will do more damage than Neo Venom Boost. You just have to place yourself correctly. So now let's go quickly and look at the numbers. Alright, so there we have it. We started with 149k, everything was still setting up, we were still setting up, you know, power interaction and doing the combos and everything. Then we hit 183k and then 208, so 2 million damage in 10 seconds unbuffed with range AoE. Then 170k and then again 2 million damage, 202, so 2 million damage under 10 seconds for range AoE. No buffs, no supercharge, nothing. So it's a great power, good power, but you have to position yourself right. It gets confusing a little bit, you know, sometimes if you get a little bit interrupted, you lose your combo and the power goes into cooldown, so you're stuck, so you will lose damage compared to other powers, but still you can still enjoy it and do a lot more damage, especially in elite raids. So there we have it. Now let's go and take a look at the single target loadout. Alright, so here we are with single target might loadout. So right now my might is 156,000. As you can see, it's 1,000 additional than before, so that's because we are using a different artifact. So before we were using transformation card, strategist card and Quizlet, but right now we're gonna use Grimorium Verum. Grimorium Verum is also a pet artifact. It will give you 4% might and it will basically apply the power interaction for you while fighting beside you. So it will apply the power interaction, so you don't have to apply the power interaction, and also it will give you some extra damage. So very good artifact, works really good. So other than that, everything is same. I'm just using a different weapon, dual wield, for this loadout. So we're just gonna go and jump into the skill point allocation. So under weapons, under dual wield, I'm just using one in dual wield. Then under super speed, same as before, get everything here. Under iconic powers, get robot sidekick, get new venom boost if you want, get heat vision, but mesmerizing lasso don't get this one. I was just testing it out. So anyway, stats, we are gonna put everything in super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, then put everything in might and power, and then put everything in precision. Now let's go look at the loadout. Alright, so this is my loadout. I know some people don't like heat vision, but we're not gonna be using solar amplifier, so you're safe. We're just gonna use it for damage over time. And I know you guys don't like to use it. You can replace it with plasma rage, but you will lose your damage. I'm telling you right now. Or you can replace it with eviscerating chain, but you will lose your damage. This is one of the best loadout I could come up with for single target. The reason is I have read on forums nobody could go above 90k with rage. I don't know why, but you will see our numbers in a second, and you will know why I picked this loadout. So the first one is heat vision. It's basically eye beam, and does damage over time. And when the first tick of heat vision do a burst damage, only for single target though. So it will do a burst damage and then goes into damage over time, which is like 9 to 14 I think ticks. It will burn the enemy. So very good. And somehow heat vision triggers the strategist card really well. So we're gonna use this. Then we're gonna do Dreadful Blast. As I talked before, it's a whole range combo power. So do it twice, do that whole range twice basically, get the combo from Dreadful Blast. And then we're gonna do Channel Hate. The Channel Hate is a channeling power, which means you'll be stuck in this animation when you're doing this, but it's a great damage over time and does a really good amount of damage. Number 4 is Getting Eruption. As I told you before, it's a damage over time pool. It also inflicts plasma burn, but we are basically gonna be popping this one first and then gonna go with the rotation, so you can keep it over here as well. It's up to you. Number 5 is Robot Sidekick. Number 6 is Berserk, as I told you before, but you have to be mid-range for this. You can also use New Venom Boost. That's why I have it in here. So most of the time we are full range, so I like to switch it with New Venom Boost. If I'm mid-range, I like to switch it with Berserk, so you can do that. Now how you're gonna use it is you're gonna pop heat vision and you're gonna jump cancel it. So if I do heat vision like this, it's a channeling power, it's still doing it, right? But what we want is we want to quickly go into our next power. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. It will still apply the damage over time. It will still do the first tick of burst damage, and we're gonna go quickly into Dreadful Blast like this. And then clip the last whole range with our third power, and there you have it. So our rotation is gonna be number 4, then number 1 jump cancel, number 2 combo, and then clip the whole range with Channel Hate. So let it run. You don't want to hit your weapon or any other power or block. You will get out of the animation. So let this animation, let the channel hit completes its animation basically, and you will get used to it over time. So now let's go and take a look at the single target numbers. So this is what I was talking about. As you can see, we started with 81,000 per second damage. Then we went to 108k. So 1 million damage in 10 seconds. Then 90,000. Then again 108k. Then 85,000. And then at 77,000, I messed up the loadout. That's my bad. And then it hit 120k for 10 seconds, unbuffed, no supercharge, no trinkets, nothing. So that's the reason I'm using heat vision and channeling hit, and it works really well. It works really great. Now people are gonna be like, why are you not using the finisher, the eviscerating chain? The thing is, this is the worst finisher in the game. Eviscerating chain is just one burst damage. We don't need that, and it's not that great. So just stick with channel hit, dreadful blast, heat vision, getting eruption, and you are good to go. So 120k unbuffed is awesome. Now let's talk about rage for a little bit. The thing is, rage, as I don't know how many of you have seen my top 5 might power video, but you can see I have placed rage in tier 2, and it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Even in that video, I don't know why people are confusing it. My damage chart is not basically from 0 to 100, it's from 50 to 100. So the difference between all the powers is very minimum. But the top powers like electricity and gadgets, and especially when they are precision, unless they nerf it, rage is never gonna be able to beat electricity precision, a good electricity precision DPS, or a good gadgets precision DPS who knows how to art swap, who knows how to utilize their EOG and everything. So but don't give up, don't let it get to you. You're still gonna have a lot of fun with rage. You're gonna be able to beat a lot of other power sets. You're gonna be able to beat a lot of people. So use this loadout, and I'm telling you, you will do great. So there you have it. Don't forget to read the pinned comment. Make sure you are buffed. Make sure you are using your pets and trinkets and everything. If you are not sure how to DPS and some extra tips and tricks, make sure you watch my how to DPS video. And this is about it. So if you have any questions, just comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you guys next time.